Welcome back to Create a FinTech Startup, where we aim to be the most transparent channel on YouTube that talks about the pains and pivots of creating a financial technology company. My name is Nicole.
And I'm Jessica.
And today we are here to talk to you about another pivot, another pain point, another trial and tribulation to creating a FinTech startup. And it has to do, again, with fundraising. We had touched briefly last week about how we were urged against creating a crowd fund by a very prominent investor. And we talked about, take everything with a grain of salt, and obviously more people that have a lot more experience, listen to them, but don't take their advice as gold. So we are here again doing a crowd fund. We're very excited. Make sure to check out our WeFunder profile when you get a chance and reserve a spot to invest in Fisk Mobile Tipping. But Jessica, talk to me about creating a crowd fund. Is it like, can you just snap your fingers and you can start raising money with a crowd fund?
It's almost that simple. There does have to be some things that are created. Of course, your company needs to be in existence. You need to have a company corporation, all of your documentation. You need to have a pitch deck, for one. You need to talk to the people at WeFunder because they're going to answer some questions that you probably don't know.
Yeah, and again, we're not like WeFunder sales reps. That's just who we're going through. But talk to the people that you're raising your round with crowdfunding, because they're going to give you insights about what their company wants to see from yours. And there's a bunch of different avenues you can take for funding portals for crowdfunding. We'd actually gone with a different one last year, and now we're going with a different one, and that's okay. There's a lot to choose from depending on the size, stage, and what your company has to offer. But yeah, like Jessica said, reach out, and it's always nice to talk to a real person. And they have people there that are, listen, they're making money off of you. They'll talk to you.
This is not the only way you can raise funds. Last year, we started with a friends and family round. Nicole, you want to describe what the regulation that we were under?
I'm not here to give legal advice or give any financial advice, but I'm sure you can look it up depending on your type of round and the type of individuals that you're looking to raise from, what exemption might apply to your company. But my best advice would be to reach out to an attorney, reach out to someone who knows something about it.
If you have a co-founder who has legal background, it is an absolute plus. It's gold. Now, we went through the crowdfund. We're going through the crowdfund at the same exact time I am talking to angel investors and VCs. You can do that because it's a different fund or a different raise, but we are doing them simultaneously. We want to be able to have everybody.
Yeah, let me just stop there. I remember, what were you eating, by the way, before we got on the call?
Me personally, but I'm eating pistachio. Or
I mean, you personally. Almonds. What do you think I'm asking when what are you eating? What do you mean, me personally? Almonds. Okay. Yeah. So this is it reminds you of a really funny thing about when Jessica said we're raising an angel round alongside this crowdfund. Like 6 months ago, actually it was like 8 months ago, we didn't know the answer. And if you Google, can you raise a crowdfund you're not ever going to get a real good answer. And like Jessica said, I do have a legal background in the sense that I went to law school and graduated from law school, but it doesn't like give you the information to everything. And I remember I called the SEC, like I called their phone number and I was like, hey, like, I got this question, like, can I raise multiple rounds? And, you don't, when you call, someone doesn't answer like Securities Exchange Commission, like this is Francis, like, no, that's not going on. Like I left a voicemail, and they did call me back, and it was like 3 weeks later. Like they are diligent. They will call you back. So if you have a question, if you have a question, call them, like find out the answers, like listen, like if you're listening to this show, like, we don't have all the answers, but we have what we went through, like do this stuff. like get dirty and
There's
sticky.
no other way to do it. If
Yeah.
you do not try every way to get funding for your company, you're not going to get it. Nicole and I, we're not afraid to hear a no. If that means that more than likely they don't understand the product and how it will benefit them. There's also the possibility that they don't have the funds. And then there's also the possibility that they're not the decision maker. But we have a product. It's an absolutely incredible product. Fisk Mobile Tipping it's a game changer for everybody in the service industry. Nicole and I have been working on this thing for 2 years. This is how we have done it. We had the Friends and Family round where we raised over $300,000. We're in our next round. We have $100,000 that we already had committed, and we've got the angel investors that are talking to, and the VCs, individual accredited investors. That's something that you probably need to learn, is if you don't know what an accredited investor is. Or
We talked about, you say that same thing every week.
Well, it's one of those things. If they pick this episode up and they haven't seen the last one, well, we will give you directions on what you probably need to know.
Since we're talking about crowdfunds and the WeFunder, if you make me host, Jessica, I can bring up our profile and we can share the screen and show what it looks like. I think that'd be cool.
That sounds fun. It is changing daily. Nicole and I update the pitch deck, and hey, there we go.
So here we are. This is our WeFunder profile here. And I'm not going to guarantee it. I can tell you that if there hasn't been a startup that's actually just showed you what it's like when they're starting their little crowdfunding journey, I don't know. I don't know. It can't have been done often if we are the first person to just bring this up and show you.
It's less than 4 hours old.
I'm happy to do it. So this is it. This is we uploaded a picture here. This will be a video of Jessica talking here soon, but right now it's just kind of filler space. But today we found out that WeFunder in particular wants us to, quote, test the waters and see if anybody's actually interested in investing. Jessica, talk about what that is. If we aim to be the most transparent company about trying to the show about trying to create a fintech startup, like, let's do it. Like, we don't need to
so you will see the words right there: reserved of $50,000 goal. They want you to test the waters to make sure that before they even do the documentation with the SEC, which they are the ones that do help us out, there is a limit or a threshold that they want us to get to, and that's $50,000. They want enough people to come in and see to raise the $50,000. Now, they're not investing at this point in time. They are actually saying that they'll commit to minimum $100 up to $2,500.
Nice.
So
this is our little page right here, and it's going to get prettier, but right now we're trying to test those waters. Jessica's going to an event tonight, and we're filming this right here, and hopefully when this reaches your eyes, you'll be able to go on wefunder.com/55th.degree.inc and check it out for yourself. Give us a reservation. $100 would go a good ways. Some highlights. We have our team. It's I'll put some other people. I think we should put some other people up there from the team. Particularly, I don't know, because I don't know if we can put. That's a question we should ask today, if we can put contractors on here. But Jessica's picture's right here. She had said that she really liked it, and we're gonna zoom in to.
Well, guys, I did not make this. Nicole decides to put herself a nice little picture up there, and your co-founder, it feels like, she's got me. This is a 1.5-year-old picture while we were outside at our original office in Dunedin, Florida, and we were basically doing a timeline in the front yard. And she snaps a picture, and she decides she wants to use that picture, so y'all get to see me about a year ago. And here's our pitch deck. And we are making adjustments to this every day.
Daily, yeah.
We get told. Oh, we get explained that our stuff needs to be updated.
Have we got any feel like I love this slide? Let's talk about our competitors. Like people haven't given us too much backlash about this, right? Like this is good.
No, this is probably, well, I think this is one of the best slides that shows this, the difference between us. We are a neo bank. And if you don't know what a neo bank is, it's basically a new age bank.
Well, we will be. Yeah.
Yes. We have a virtual card that we issue everyone. We have peer-to-peer payments exactly like a lot of the other ones over there. And you're able to direct deposit your paycheck into our application. We have a gateway to where if you are receiving a tip, that should allow you to take money in from Apple Pay and Google Pay. And then we have the main feature, which is the custom splitting. That is an adjustable scale. Our smallest split is a 95-5 split. So if I tip somebody $100, that means that $95 goes straight to that virtual debit card. And of course, you see it says virtual card. We will have to change that to debit card here soon. The other $5 or 5% would land in the investment account.
But hold on. Why do you want to change this to debit card?
Well, if you remember today, when we were going over it with our financial advisor, she wanted to make sure that it said virtual debit card to be precise and clear. We want everybody just to be able to read something on your pitch deck. Now, Nicole and I make slides. Nicole has, she makes the beautiful slides with her and Jenny. And then I go in there and I make some real fast slide and I hand it off and they go, that looks horrible. And I'm like, well, I don't make slides. Some of the stuff that they've made is absolutely beautiful. A lot of these pictures are going to change. You're going to see different people from different industries who can, or we will be using the mobile application. If you go to fiskmobile.tech, you can see the landing page that has a promo video. Our promo video will be up here very well, or very soon as well. Hey, here's our landing page right here. It talks about the concept of splitting tips. We look at making tips the fuel for your investment portfolio.
Hey guys, definitely if you do come to here, Jessica's talked about it before, but please put your email here. Okay. I'm serious.
The reason why we need that is if you've never talked to a venture capitalist or an angel investor, the first thing they're going to do is going to go, hey, do you have traction? Well, what does traction mean? It doesn't mean you're spinning your wheels in the mud outside in the back 40. No, it means that you actually have people downloading the app and that are interested in using the application. Before they give you $100,000 or more, they want to know that this thing is real. It's one of those things.
Let's watch this promo real quick, guys.
Yeah, let's see if that pops up.
Pass it on. Pass it on. Pass it on.
So for you now, one for you later. Our mission is simple: to provide financial security and mobile investment tools for everyone. Tip worth more. Fisk Mobile Investments uses tipping as a source for an investment portfolio by automatically splitting tips between an investment account and a virtual debit card. Undermining magic. We will be the first company to put tipping back in the hands of the recipient in an impactful way.
Well, I can tell you right now, on my end, I can't hear it very well. It's kind of garbled. That's the first time I've seen the 45-second promo, the voiceover. That voice was yours truly.
That is yours truly.
Yeah, that was me doing that. That was the first time I've ever done a voiceover. Our other video, you'll be able to see that we'll probably have that one as well available on the WeFunder page.
Yeah, for sure.
You can download the application right now. It is not complete. So,
definitely do it though, for the same reason as this. Definitely do it if you're here and you're watching and you got anything from this video. Like if you, let's say you're watching this video and all you got was don't take every bit of advice from powerful people as gold, or you got anything from this video, just do that for us. Just download it, get us on our email list because
If
we
you're a
need-
startup,
you
you know how difficult it is. And this is mine and Nicole's journey in order to create Fisk Mobile Tipping, which started on 12/3 of 21
Mhm.
with an idea. I called her early in the morning, and we've been working on this thing since.
Yeah.
Day in, day out. Some days I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and work all the way till 9 o'clock at night when I go to bed. It is my passion. I want to make sure that all the friends and my younger friends who are in the service industry, because I worked at Home Depot. This thing is designed to be able to give, you receive
Yeah.
a tip while
Yeah,
you're
talk
working at
about-
Home Depot. This
We
is
don't yeah, we don't really spend most shows like talking about us, but I like it. Like, talk about that. Talk
It-
about how we're not just for bartenders and
No, this
performers
is,
and stuff.
we go into market as a tipping and gratuity application. It's designed to work in traditional and non-traditional areas. I mean,
Yeah.
when we first came up with the idea, I looked at, being in management at Home Depot, the only thing that I can do is work my regular wages. It's flat. I can give awesome customer service, but I don't get anything extra out of it. I get an atta girl. Thanks for doing a good job. That customer gave you a good write up. That's what we like to see. Continue to do that. Well,
Heck yeah.
Why
Isn't that's not good enough for you? What do you mean?
when you go above and beyond everybody else in the store,
Mhm.
and the customers are blown away by your customer service,
Yeah.
there's times where they want to give you a tip. Now, they're depending on what business you work for, they will frown upon you taking a cash tip. And
Hold on. So let me just if I'm okay, if I work at a nursery, okay, and I'm loading some plants up for a customer, are you talking about they could give me a tip there?
Yes. No. Well, no, you can't receive a tip. You could get fired from the depot.
Really?
Yes, it was an employee.
From getting what
It's
from doing really good work, you can get
Yes.
fired.
Yes,
Well,
and you're accepting a tip because most
so what?
employers.
Hold on. So people just want you to do they're trying to instill that the bare minimum is what they want then, right?
I mean, if the bare minimum is the only thing that you're going to get is your salary, and you can't.
That's what I'm saying. But like what I'm saying is they're trying to say like just do as little as possible. Because if you do more, people are gonna want to give you money. But hold on, if you take it, we're gonna cut you. Like that's insane.
It is crazy, and Nicole and I came up with the idea for Fisk and really implemented the part where the split happens and it goes
Yeah.
to an investment account. Because that's different. It's never been done before, to where if you haven't linked up to a long-term investment account like I do, and someone tips me, if I was back at the depot or wherever I would be receiving a tip, the split part, if I had it at 50-50, 50% is going to go to my virtual debit card so I can go spend it
But
on
50-50, like that's a lot. Like I mean, like if someone tipped me $10, like, and I wanted to go buy a bottle of wine after work, like I want all that $10. Like I'm not going to see it, right? Where's that other $5 going?
Well, if you have it set at a $5 minimum, which we're planning on having as well, or a 5% per your tips, you can set it up that way. We're going to have multiple ways.
No, but I mean, but answer my question. Like, what's the point?
Well, to invest in your future.
Yeah, but what do I care? I'm a snot-nosed 19-year-old kid working at Home Depot. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Sometimes, now I'm a little bit older than Nicole, and sometimes I think she is a little snot-nosed kid.
No, but I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here, Jesse.
Oh,
and I'm
well,
saying,
let's put it
if
this
I
way.
am,
If
yeah.
you're relying on investing when you turn 40, you've waited too long. To compound
Why?
interest when you decide to
Why?
jump in a 401k, it's not going to be as, huh?
Why?
Well, your Social Security might not be there.
Okay.
It's not, even when I retire, it's going to be not giving
No,
out.
but let me ask you this question here because I was 19 sooner, I was 19 sooner ago than you were. Okay.
You mean you were 19 a couple of years ago, not less than 15 years ago.
Yeah, but let me just say, the idea of like future, what the heck is that? That's just a
Well, everybody, even with me back in the day, and I hate to say it, I grew up in the 80s. I wasn't looking in toward 2023. I was even
so
looking.
tell me why that
29.
FISC users need to do it now.
It's to start compounding interest. You invest in yourself. Your number one investment is in yourself. Read books. Audible books are absolutely fascinating. It's a great way to dump information in your head really fast, but putting money into your future self, when you get there, is going to be pissed. I hate to say it, if you don't invest money in yourself. It's not me that won't have the investments to live off of. If you think you're going to work in all your life and then go jump on Social Security, you're going to stay at the same plateau, you are dead wrong.
Wow. So is it cool though? Is it cool to invest in your future? Because I'll tell you this, if you came to my job, I was working at a Greek restaurant when I was 19 years old. Yeah, so I was dancing ballet and I was working part-time as a server at this Greek restaurant. And if you came into the restaurant and said, "Oh, you got this thing right here, all your tips tonight, can you give me 10% of them and we're going to invest it in your future? So when you're in your 30s, you're going to have all this money." I'd be like, this woman is smoking crack. I don't care about what goes on when I'm 30. That doesn't, like, 30 isn't real.
You'll get there if you're wise enough to continue.
I'm telling you, why is it cool? I'm asking you,
why is it cool?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's learning how to invest in yourself, learning about life.
No, but is it cool to feel stable when you're in your 30s and 40s? That's a cool feeling,
it does,
right?
feel good. It feels good when you have over $100,000 in an account and you're watching it and you're going, man, I got $100,000 and it's getting bigger. Even the market goes up and down and up and down. It's always going to do that. It's never going to go straight up. If it did, and it's something.
Or it's cool because if you are in your 30s or 40s and you have an idea that you think can change the world, you could execute it with the money that you have put aside.
Well, that's just one of the reasons why Nicole and I've gone so far into this endeavor. I was not afraid to go ahead and pull the trigger on liquidating some of my funds, my retirement funds. Why? What am I saving it for? What was that one thing in my entire life that I had to go and do? Well, this is not the first company I've ever started, but this is probably the biggest adventure I've ever gone on in my entire life. And I had to bring my co-founder along. And if it cost me my entire retirement for right now, I am glad to pay this in order to create this application for my fellow Americans. Because the way I look at it, if we don't use technology in a way that it's never been used before, we're going to be in trouble. We're already having problems with the economy now by them injecting money. We could go on that subject for a while. My background's in eco and finance. Everybody looks at the evil 1%. They know finance, y'all. Watch stuff on finance on YouTube. Learn how to invest. Our application is to teach people the first time when they're going into investing, set it up something automatic and let it go.
Here's a feeling I have, and if anyone's made it this far, I promise you we're about to be done, but if anyone's made it this far, I know that you've had this feeling, and you may or may not have this feeling. And when I try and explain this feeling right here, I'm not sure if you'll still understand it, but someone out there is going to understand this feeling. If I'm 19 and 20 years old and I'm thinking, you know what, I do want to set some money aside. I do want to save and invest and think about a future. Okay. But then, and this goes to whatever you want to do. If you want to start, if you want to start, I don't know, buying timeshares, or you want to go start even buying markers or a new purse or something. You have this thing in your head where you're like, okay, I want to make sure that I'm in the best place, right? Like I know this feeling of like, okay, well, I'm gonna go buy a new pair of shoes. Well, if they're hiking shoes, like, and then you start researching hiking companies and you want to make sure that you wear the same shoes as this person. So what I guess I'm asking you, Jessica, is if somebody is interested in investing, why Fisk?
Fisk is going to give you some experience. It's going to give you another income stream. Now, I talked to someone earlier today.
Hold on. A lot of people can get experience and income streams from a lot of different companies that allow you to invest your money. Why Fisk?
Well, Fisk is designed to help the younger generations create a financial safety net for each other by sending money back and forth as eventually you can use this as a peer-to-peer payment platform.
Yeah, talk to me as a 19-year-old, 20-year-old. I'm telling you, I'm saying I am interested in saving and investing, but I got Robinhood.
What's your game plan?
I got Schwab. I got Robinhood. I got all these companies.
That's fine. You can take our application, your tips that come in go directly to whatever account you want.
So why do I use Fisk? Why don't I just
automatic? It's safety. Your tips are before you even leave work. When we get this 1 or 2 phases down the way, you'll be able to leave work and your money will already be on your debit card, ready to rock and roll, to go spend. And it'll already have pushed money into your investment account before you even get to your car. I love it. We are going to be cutting edge. We have partners that we would love to talk about, that we're partnering with in order to make this application. We designed it for, I'm Gen X. Hey, I'm in a different generation than most of y'all. Some people might go, oh, Gen X, they don't do nothing. This is me. I represent me, and I want to help Nicole and everybody in y'all's generation have something to look forward to. If you're not investing and you don't understand how to spend money, because I give you $1,000, what are you going to do with it? Most people will go, I'm going to go buy me a TV. I'm going to go buy this. I'm going to go buy that. You're putting stuff into something that's going to depreciate or lose value. You want to take that money and go put it in.
I want to go back to this feeling. I want to go back to this feeling because I'm trying to, and I can really put myself back into that 19-year-old server at a Greek restaurant. And now you're telling me that I can walk out that night with all of my tips on a card that I can tap to pay. And it's already done for me. Like all the small, I have it set up as extremely small because I'm paying $800 a month for rent and I need pretty much every penny from
it does come out with our smallest split of 95 to 5. It comes out to be $1 per $20. And okay, that $1 a day for, I think it was 40 years is all over $400,000.
That's insane to think about.
It's compounding interest. And most people, if you look at your credit card and you run a balance on it, you see how fast that thing builds up? Yeah. It's the opposite way on your investment account. And it starts jumping. If you're putting enough money into it, it'll start accruing interest really quickly. But it only accrues interest if you feed it. It'll accrue interest by itself, but if you're feeding it constantly, it will turn into a giant animal and continue to build compound interest right on top of each other.
That's beautiful. And guys, I'm going to leave you again with that feeling. If you are a 19, 20-year-old, 21-year-old, 30, 40-year-old kid, they're 40-year-old kids, and you're in a tip-based industry or a non-tip-based industry, think about the ability to have tips or tips that you could potentially have already in your pocket and in your future by the time you reach your car, like Jessica Dawson, CEO of 55th Degree, just said. That's beautiful. Again, my name is Nicole.
I'm Jessica.
And thank you for tuning in to Create a FinTech Startup. We'll see you next time.
Make sure you go to fiskmobile.tech or WeFunder and jump on board and become one of our investors. Y'all have a wonderful evening.